Will the original 96 characters be released for retro as well as the new unmade figures? Now, as you know, I try not to make any of this toy talk, smacking my lips, Hasbro focused, because there are certain things I can talk about, certain things I can't talk about, and it's appropriate or inappropriate. But things that I have spoken about already, I'm more than happy to kind of reiterate and maybe dig a little bit deeper into it. So I'll always kind of do as much as I can to talk about things that are current and sort of more Hasbro focused. But this one's an easy one, and it's a broad one because basically you guys sort of decide really what the answer is to this. Smacking my lips again. Damn it, that's going to be really annoying. Anyway, as you know, so the retro line I kind of kicked off. I remember pitching it back in like 2018, I believe, and it was like, hey, there are some figures that are really expensive in the Kenner line that people can't get, and they're carding their thousands of dollars. Wouldn't it be really cool if we brought them back to give people an opportunity to kind of rediscover those classic iconic figures from 1978, you know, like the Lukes, the Vaders, the 3POs and R2s and all that kind of stuff. It'd be really cool to bring them out. We might catch some old kind of hardcore collectors that remember them and can't afford them, or just want to kind of relive going into the shops, the stores, and kind of seeing them on the shelves again. And then we might be able to catch some casual collectors that sort of know Star Wars and were like, oh yeah, I remember those. I'll pick those up because they were like $10 or something. So that was the original kind of impetus for bringing retro back, I guess. But also it was a shoe-in to kind of say, hey, there were lots of figures that Kenner didn't do. There were lots of characters that never got made. And I always remember back then when I was pitching it, one of the ones that was an obvious one was like, where's my Tarkin? Like, I need a Tarkin. So, and we did a Tarkin. So it was set up to kind of reignite this nostalgia and this sort of respectful nod to Kenner, and also to continue the line. And we started doing that. Then we started applying that retro platform to new entertainment, to Mandalorian, to the Acolyte, to different things like that, and Ahsoka. And it kind of, in my way, sort of lost its way a bit. It lost its, not lost its way, but lost its heart, lost what it was for. So when I came back on the team, we had a long discussion about it. It's like, hey, let's bring this back to kind of classic stuff. It's not for new entertainment. It's got to be of a time. The idea is that we imagine we're creating Star Wars figures in like 1985 when, you know, Mark Boudreau and the team went and decided, you know what, we could do some more Star Wars figures, but they didn't, and the line fell away and, you know, moved on. But what if it did continue? What are the figures in Power of the Force? It would have been Power of the Force 2 then, but you know what I mean? Power of the Force 2, what would it be? So, Dean, I'm eventually getting around to answer your question, mate, but I'm giving you a little bit of context. So the MO, the modus operandi at the moment is to deliver those never made before figures from classic original trilogy, probably, but they can be prequel as well. I think classic, but mostly original trilogy, classic figures that were never made, but also sprinkle in existing 96s. So will the original 96 characters be released for retro? Yes, but it's not the main focus. The main focus is delivering new characters and peppering in 96s. Now, you got to remember is that as we grow the line, because we're looking to grow the line, as you know, the figures that weren't done will get less and less and less. And therefore, probably the percentage of 96 figures will probably naturally just grow as we kind of blend them together. It's like a cross the streams, wrong brand, but you know what I mean? It kind of does that. So at the moment, I'm very excited about bringing new characters in. And when those new characters get a little bit kind of like deep cut, he says, in the Star Wars collector universe, I don't know how deep cut is deep cut, we'll pepper them in. So the answer is yes, but it's not the main focus. Until it is the main focus, until you guys turn around and say, hey, do you know what? We don't want these new figures. We want 96s. Because the other thing to remember is that when we make a new figure, that's new tooling. That's either new tooling, whether it's a new figure or whether it's a reproduction of Hammerhead. I'll say the most pertinent latest one. It's all new tooling. It costs the same to do. So like in our mind, I'm like, well, why would we do one that already exists? We should do ones that are new because it's more exciting and it's building and expanding the line. So there's your answer, Dino. It'll come, I'm sure, but it's not the main focus. And until you guys don't like that, we'll keep doing that because I think that's, you know, when I've asked fans and I've had polls and my followers on Instagram, and that is by far the mix. It's like 5-1, 4-2. Like, yeah, we want new stuff, but we do like the 96s as well. And then it's really a question like, well, which 96s? Do you want the original ones? Do you want ones that were really hard to to do to find like the double telescoping lightsabers or rocket firing Boba Fett, or do you want like the last 17? When is it appropriate? When isn't it appropriate? So if you've got thoughts on that, stick it in the comments below and let me know. Because I'm always gathering information. But what I do love is that retro is seemingly picking up speed. It's getting some love, and I know those that you love it really love it. But we need to encourage purchasing, and we need to spread the word, spread the love, because it's a very small niche. If Star Wars is a niche, this is a niche of a niche of a niche, which is totally fine. But I'd like to see it grow, and I'm really looking forward to maybe surprising a few of you in a couple of years' time. Well, actually, not a couple of years, 1 year's time now. Blimey, where's it going? Anyway,